kind of slide on the roofs a little bit more. I think you have a little bit more freedom. I don't think you get fuel anymore. Yeah, you shouldn't get fuel right when you slide, but it's
Yeah,
kind of
not
just
anymore.
yeah. So you just kind of gotta play in between, just find a ways, I guess, to just stand on some sort of pillar, or so you regain the fuel, or you just have to kind of get a little bit of high ground and then stand and then go up again. Yeah, I think it's a lot of this. We can take a look though. Okay, so wanna look at the Pharah. Is there anything else we wanna do, or just Pharah today?
Uh, I just far is fine if that's all we get to.
hmm Okay, okay. And for the Echo then, you not gonna practice her as much. You just kind of wanna leave
Uh,
her and don't play as much, right?
yeah, not as much. I still want to play, but I'm kind of just like mechanically grinding for a while, probably. Just
I
like
see.
playing to get more comfortable.
I see. I see. I see. Okay, that makes sense. I see that we got some notes on autopilot. That there's something you've been having
Mm,
problems with, if I'm not mistaken, or
Not as much. I think after we kind of mentioned it, I was more aware of when it was happening.
I see.
But I found that it basically only happened whenever I was queuing up for games that I didn't really want to play after like, I've already played for a while or towards the end of the day. Basically, when I'm tired, I'm not feeling the best, just don't play and it won't happen.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is really important. Making sure you have
Yeah.
capabilities to maintain the high focus. So just play at specific time of the day. Maybe make sure you're not tired as much. And I think it's also important. You don't have to play like a lot. You just have to actively practice. You want to make sure that the time you invest in is this is when you actively practice, kind of being active, I guess, really trying to apply all these concepts. But then the other hours you can just maybe focus on even having some fun and just yeah, maybe not actively practicing as much. Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, well, if there are no problems on autopilot, then this is good. And for previous concepts, I think we mentioned setup, engaging. Well, there have been a lot of ideas. Just how do we close the gap? Yeah, so we maintain a little bit of a short range. Yeah, use corners as well. Did you try to apply all of this? Maybe on fire as
Uh,
well?
yeah, so like the cover use of this stuff, I think I do really well. I think that's one
hmm
of the stronger things I do, especially on fire. Playing around like vertical high grounds, I guess.
Yeah. So
But I think the more I play, the more I'm aware of like the roofs and stuff to fly over.
I see. I see. I see. Okay. Then let's just look at one of the codes here. What do you wanna start with? What kind of code?
Just the first one,
The first one.
the
Oh, let's take a look.
Circuit Royale.
Okay, let's see. Circuit Royale. It's this. Yeah, Circuit Royale might be more difficult to play because of all the distance. It's kind of really open map, I think. So you have to be creative with how you play, and it doesn't matter if you play Echo, Far. Actually, I think it's just mainly yeah. It just seems like mainly two characters still gonna have the problems on this map, but yeah, you can find ways. You can find ways to be creative. Let's see. Let's see. Mm, yeah, what's your thoughts actually? How do you play this map usually?
Uh, I usually go for like mid to soft range engages depending on
hmm
my team. Like I think it's really helpful to boot people into like my team's LOS. So you can
Yeah,
peek
yeah.
from a high angle very quickly because
hmm
it's like a straight line kind of map. Like booping someone just a little bit into your team's LOS, like farther than they're comfortable with, can do a lot.
Yeah, this is what I think your ability to just boop people is really
Yeah.
important. You can obviously use it to your advantage as well. Sometimes, kind of trying to get out of a certain situation. Maybe you try to use it as a tool for you to just rotate from one place to another real quick as well. I think still that's still something you can do. It's just here you also got another mobility tool. Yeah, it's your right click. Now you can kind of move horizontally a little bit more, not only vertically. So it's gonna be interesting what you can do with this. Just on this map, especially, how do you play? There's maybe, I think, a lot gonna be about the movement. Just how do you throw off the enemy aim so you're gonna be able to stay alive? I think. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Usually you expect a lot of long range characters here, a lot of snipers. This is a good angle, like it. Yeah, initial angle. You also done the stack, right? So this is just, yeah, jump. Yeah, it's instantly the jump and then shift. I mean the fire, shift, and the shoot. Yeah. Okay, so using boob, that's okay. Now spamming the general choke here. Okay. Going up the roof. Sure. So kind of play a little bit there. Then boop the Ana, let me see. So what was the intention with that boop there?
Just get her off the high ground for the most part.
Okay.
Just make her out in the open.
Okay. Mechanically though,
But
how should you place your boop then?
probably just on the wall behind her.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah. So see, it kind of in a way, because it's splash, it does the splash damage, and also the boop ability. Yeah, it's working like Annonade or just similar. Yeah, I think Annonade is kind of similar, working in a similar way. If you just place it on the wall, then you're able to boop the character. You're able to get the anti-effect for Anna. It's kind of the same. So yeah, I just want to aim towards here probably. You still have to look at how the statues affect this. I think there's in a way, yeah, they might affect it differently, but I'm pretty sure if at least we place it here, yeah, there's a chance she will get booped
Yeah.
there, yeah. So we're trying to boop the characters in our team sightlines. Okay, okay. So when should have went out, it's just we can expose her a little bit more there, it feels. And also this. See the wave of position now. What do you think?
a little out in the open.
Where should you be at the moment?
Maybe all the way left.
Yeah, I think so
Around
too.
that little wall.
Yeah, yeah. I think. Yeah, let's put it this way. Yeah, so maybe we can focus on position a little bit more. First, yeah, we trying to with our position, thinking about how do we position so you make it hard for the enemy to kill you. This is one part, and the second part is gonna be make it easy for your team to kill the enemy. Yeah, so this is just a lot of your gameplay. I think it's just understanding those two things. Yeah, so for the second part, make it easy for your team to kill the enemy. Mentioned you can use the boop on the Ana, for example. You can boop her into your team's sightlines, but here, yeah, if we're talking about your safety, yeah, make it hard for the enemy to kill you. What you need to pay attention to is using two structures. It's first, I'm using horizontal structures, how I'm using any horizontal structures, and second is how I'm using vertical structures as well. That is something. Well, did we actually mention it this way when we did the echo lesson? Did we talk about vertical horizontal with you?
I don't think so.
We,
Not
we didn't. Okay.
specifically.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because this is something what's really important. I think a lot of times, especially with the characters where you got a lot of mobility, because you're gonna be using those horizontal structures a little bit more. I think. Yeah, because you're gonna be on some sort of high ground. Yeah. Let's say I'm here again. Using this as a horizontal structure, which allows me to just isolate the enemy. Yeah. Try to maybe minimize my hitbox as well. Yeah. Even if I look at the Ana here. Okay. Even oh, so sorry. This Diana, yeah. She can see your entire hitbox. Well, not entire. Maybe it's like half. Yeah, it's at least 2/3 of your hitbox. But what you want to try to do with your placement is try to make sure they're only able to see your HUD, ideally. Okay, we're trying to use horizontal and vertical structures to our advantage this way. So what you will be doing, should be doing here, it's not only you move to the left, I think, so this Alari is not able to shoot you, but you also have to move backwards more. So you need to place, or the enemy really close, there's some sort of structure. So see, this is a big difference. If I'm positioned this way, where Anna is, well, I barely can kind of, where she can barely shoot me, yeah, and the difference between just this and this, there's significant advantage she's getting, yeah, because see all the space, yeah, this space between the cover and the Anna, this is really something she can use, and same about the Alari as well. Okay, so I think your habit can be, because you play projectile character as well, try to use your structures to, yeah, try to use those structures to your advantage, try to go back, peek out, shoot, go back, peek out, shoot, yeah, and this way you can minimize your hitbox, I think. That doesn't make sense here.
Yeah, that I get it. I get it.
Yeah, because this is why you're getting forced out too quickly there, it feels. Yeah, what about here? This is alright. Maybe you can be closer to the wall, but see, like, all the space you got. So even here, this is maybe not ideal. Obviously, even at the pro level, sometimes they're not playing it ideally, but this is something you always see. Maybe if you watch somebody like Yazan, I think he's quite good at it. Just placing the enemy really close to some sort of structure, like, and himself just in general, so he is not gonna get hit multiple times, yeah? And you see, if I do this, I can instantly be hidden from the Ash. What was the intention with that boob there?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I remember.
What should you be doing with the boob here, you think? What is the better play?
Either trying to knock someone into my team or off the high ground.
How do you aim your boob here then?
Probably behind them.
Put behind him. Okay, so maybe, yeah, I'm thinking maybe aim towards this wall or something at least, yeah? Or maybe I'll try to aim towards if the Ash is here, right? I can maybe if it's possible to boob this way as well. Again, see, your idea a lot of times is not we just trying to kind of boop enemy in your team's sidelines. I think it's also, you might think about how do you boop them away from any sort of cover. Yeah, so sort of thing here. If the Ash is gonna be really close to this doorway, yeah, if I potentially expose her a little bit more, even even if she's here, yeah, this is still better to me. Yeah, at least my Sigma is gonna shoot her a little bit more. She's not gonna hide behind something instantly. This is something for you to keep an eye on. Like, this is better, I think. Okay, so making it easy for your team to kind of do something there. See how we boop this Alari? She's out in the open. There's no cover, almost no cover. Kind of, well, maybe she can use this wall, but this is definitely, there are definitely more chances for your team to hit something. We go down here. Nice, got Ryan. Go up. This is fine. How should you play it versus Widowmaker? How do you usually play it? In terms of your position.
I usually don't. Or like try not to peek the widow unless I'm on an angle that she's not already looking at.
Okay.
If I'm like beside or behind or above her, then maybe it's okay. But like straight on, probably not. I think I
So
just saw that we were up, so I was just going in.
yeah, yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, we can kind of push up a little bit more. Still gotta be careful, yeah, because if they get a pick on you, the situation is gonna be 3v3, which is might turn out not right exactly. Yeah. So if we're trying to deal with Widowmaker, well, we're sort of above here, right? See what is that? Yeah, what is that mistake we're doing? So it die. Yeah, like how can we play it? Like push up, yeah, but try to play it in a different way. What's your thoughts? What should we be doing?
Probably just
Maybe you,
maybe
we
staying
can.
around the
You,
cover a little more.
right.
I think I just boosted out into the middle of the open. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. So it's one. Yeah, we're trying to again use those vertical horizontal structures. Sure. Yeah, you want to be want to remove all the space between cover and the enemy. But then also because it's a high burst character, I'm just thinking. Yeah, we started here. I'm just I don't know if I don't know if this guy knows that you're up here actually. Because it's kind of they hear you now. It feels did they see you? Well, they kind of can predict you probably gonna be above. It's just they point the crosshair in the middle of the street. So this is something you can utilize actually. You can kind of because you high burst character as well, and if they don't know where you are, you can abuse this fact. I think. So see, it's kind of once you got the Alaria, which is alright. Yeah, you can even shoot the Widowmaker from here. I think. Mm, you just want to notice where she's looking, understand if she knows where you are, and you're good. You're just gonna shoot, and then once she will start pointing the crosshair, then try to change your angle. In my opinion, yeah, try to reposition slightly. So see, like here, okay, this is fine. Okay, maybe, yeah, she's gonna know where you are. But then you also have the time for the second shot, yeah, because she's already shooting, yeah, like she's shooting now, okay? So you don't burst, you just can continue with the one more shot, and then probably after that you can boost and use cover. Meanwhile, yeah, like be closer to some sort of cover. So this way you displace the enemy, and if she's actually looking at you, you can instantly hide, yeah? You can probably maybe go down or something this way. So we're using probably this pillars here as your cover. Does it make sense?
Yep. You got it.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. The boop is just. Well, this. Well, this is a raid. Sigma was in danger. I think we can help him out there. Not much you can do. You can potentially displace it once you hear it. I think. You just as soon as you hear something like that, that is where you can maybe boop people out. Yeah, because we talked about it. How we using our boop? Okay, first we can pay attention to the enemy position. Okay, so we're trying to like displace. Yeah, I'm just gonna say like boop usage. Just generally speaking, displacing somebody out in the open, make them stay in the open. But you can also react to abilities, I think, as well. You can kind of see what the enemies are using, and yeah, think about one because they got some sort of cooldown. Once they use it, how you can punish them with your boop, right? And it's just mainly yeah, what kind of cooldowns you can punish with your boop? You think is there anything specific?
Mm,
What comes to mind, just generally speaking?
not generally. Mm, I guess maybe it's just like abilities that close the distance on characters.
Yeah. So
Like
uh-huh.
yeah.
Mobility, so they kind of yeah, it seems like any character has mobility once they're closing the gap, right? I can boop the Winston out, I can boop the Diva, I can even boop the Rhine, stuff like that. I think try to punish that a little bit more. There's a lot of anticipation can be made. Even to the Widowmaker, that is something you can punish. If she uses the grapple, or as she uses the her shift, that is something you can punish, in my opinion. Yeah, we can instantly boop them after out in the open because they use their mobility. So I'm just gonna write down mobility. All right. Because here, who knows? Because you hear him using charge, you can just boop right away, and then your bop will survive. Yeah, here we didn't get the boop, so it's alright. Do you need to boost here? What was it? What were your thoughts? Why you use your boost? I mean, your right click, right? What is the thought behind it? Why do you do that?
Well, I just wanted to get to the high ground over there.
Can you get to the high ground without your boost?
Probably.
Right. So think about versus this composition again. What's your boost gonna be for? Mainly.
They're switching up the angles or getting out.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I think. Yeah, just your so it's gonna be your mouse too, yeah? It's gonna be your horizontal movement. When we need to switch the angle, then use it. Okay? Then use it. And when you need to switch the angle is mainly, I think, when do you expect a lot of burst? Yeah, when there is a lot of attention, when you know, okay, the Widowmaker is gonna shoot me, or maybe the Ashe is gonna shoot me. When there is a lot of burst, change the angle. Okay. Yeah, I'm just writing the notes there as well. Yeah, let's see. So maybe if we're doing something with our right click, with our burst, then it should be done maybe here, yeah? Once you know, these guys can do a lot of burst to me, then I reposition, but go to where? Yeah, let's say you end up in this situation. Well, probably you should be leaning towards the back. Yeah, we're trying to minimize the threats here. We're trying to, again, use this horizontal structure to our advantage. But how would you use your burst? Where do you go? I mean, your right click at this point.
Maybe either back or to the left.
Yeah, I think it's kind of, it feels, yeah, there's no other option. Probably go all the way left, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be using this pillars and this horizontal structure here. So as soon as they know you here, okay, instantly boost right, left. I mean, and then you can go in. You can try to apply shooting. Oh, this is a little bit unfortunate. It's alright. No, so far we're just gonna be looking at, yeah, your position, ability usage, yeah, how it helps your position, I think. What do you think about this move there?
I think it was okay.
So it's just, again, one of those things where you're placing an enemy really away from cover, you're putting them in your team's line of sight as well. I think this is pretty decent. Let's see how you take it. So first shot, well, first of all, trying to displace them, I think, can help you out. It's a bit unfortunate they kind of pre-fire you there. Well, they still didn't do it perfectly. They don't know where to keep their crosshair right away because they're not exactly sure of your placement, so you didn't get the hard shot, I think. But once they know where you are, displace them, sure, follow up with the shot. And here, I think you need to use your right click if it's needed. Just if they're gonna charge their shot, I think. If they don't, if they SMG, I think you should be okay. So yeah, and you turned out alright for you. That's okay. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Yeah. Go up for early damage, sure. Of course, gotta be careful of the Widow, but still, if they don't know where you are, well, they swapped the Widow, so this is even better. Just aware of the Yash a little bit more. Now see, this is what you want to be aware more. I think as soon as they do that, yeah, whenever I can disrupt it, it just so my shift probably this is your should be one of the things you do. So it's not here, yeah. I think the boop cannot do much here because we just using it on the shield, right? We can maybe use it when there's a rotation, yeah. There's a rotation when there's a bigger chance they actually start moving. You saw these enemies again in the open, or yeah, you hear some sort of cooldown being used and you just displace them. Yeah, wait for commitment. Yeah, wait for commitment. Don't have to do it too early, in my opinion, unless you really far from the enemy. Yeah, let's say. But both our team, we here, the enemies are really far in the spawn. Then I can kind of use early boop. I can just throw it in really early because I get it back. Does it make sense to you so far, or yeah, maybe
Yeah.
any questions so far, or everything's clear?
No, I think I got it.
Okay. This move is alright. You kind of get right in the open there. It just probably again would be better if you could have it, and then maybe you displace him there. But yeah, it's alright. Okay, fine. You can see what's good about it is you see some sort of commitment and use your boop in a way so it's gonna be easier for your team to get kills. So for you to get kills potentially, yeah. Even though you just displace Diana this way, you kind of boop her towards the stairs. This is still fine, because you gonna be easily easily distracting her, in killing her from here, because you go up. Yeah, so this is alright. She's kind of overstanding there. Hmm. What do you think about here? So you got decent amount of damage, right? And see why you get killed. You know that? What you should be
Because
doing here?
well, slow and health.
Yeah, well, low health, but can we potentially win this duel with the Cassidy? He's quite low, I think. This is possible. What you should be doing here?
Mm,
Think about from Cassidy's perspective as well. So see where his cross is all the time, right?
We'll just take different angle.
Right. So see, he's gonna be looking right at here one more time, yeah? Because you already flying at this spot. He's probably gonna be looking at here. Just instantly fly even towards the open is okay. Again, it's usually, yeah, we're trying to kind of really expose ourselves, kind of wide peak in this case. Is only when there's a good reason, and usually if you're confident you get a kill, if it just land in one rocket, this is fine. You can kind of a boost shoot, but it would be kind of ideally, yeah, in a boost. When you're gonna be boosting, you should right away. You should be able to kill him. I don't think it's like really too necessary, but I think it's possible. I think it's possible to win this duel. Yeah, at least maybe what he can do as well in addition, actually, you might even go down a little bit, so you throw off his aim, so he's not going to be placing the crosshair on this spot anymore. Yeah, just go down a little bit and then boost and shoot it on this high ground. I think, why not? Yeah. Kind of, how about ultimate for a really long time as well? How do you usually use that, by the way? What are you looking for? Because this is hard
Either I
ultimate to use.
usually
Yeah.
yeah, either try to like trade with the tank, or either I'm like going all in trying to trade with a high value character, or using it in a very safe spot to like zone something out.
Because I'm thinking right away when you got your ultimate, is there something we could be doing to like get those value trades? It's again your position probably. So once we here, well obviously do need Widowmaker, all of this, yeah, we could be surviving there maybe, yeah. But then after you get in a fight, so we just around here. Yeah, what are your options? Yeah, how can you look for this good play? Yeah, with the ultimate, where could you be positioned?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because it feels like you have to be creative. There's a lot of open space to work with, right? There is a lot just kind of the enemy can control as well. Yeah, let's put it this way. Yeah, because we had those two things. You want to make it hard for the enemy to kill you, and you want to make it easy for your team or yourself to kill the enemy. Okay, so think about your ultimate placement. Who can really disrupt your ultimate? Who can really
Mm,
kill you on the enemy team?
I think like everyone except
Yeah,
Orion.
everyone except the Rhine. Okay, so your placement with the ultimate can be let's just place, position yourself in a way so this guy's pretty much everybody. They can't do anything to you, and deal with the Rhine. Yeah, deal with the Rhine meanwhile, right? And your placement in theory, yeah, let's say it would be perfect kind of. You wouldn't die maybe there, yeah, you wouldn't die at on the stairs. So it's just been, yeah, like let's imagine here you would rotate with your team, then where can you position to like not be exposed to this long range damage and only deal with the Rhine in this case? What positions you should choose? Yeah, let's put it this way. I don't know. On this map, just in general, there's
Mm.
I'm thinking, okay, let's maybe because this is just still the fight is going, right? The fight is going, and then here, right? Let's say here. hmm if you're able to set up the good position to deal with Ryan while not dealing with snipers, where you would be? Can you do sneaky setups, something like that, so they will not notice you?
Maybe like left side or something.
The left side, like inside the building potentially, or like just on the stairs.
Yeah, or like inside the building, the
Inside the
main
building,
building.
right, right.
Like,
Or potentially. So you kind of gonna boost out and look for this fire ultimate, right? This what you're gonna be doing?
mm, maybe just see where the Rhine goes and then wait for him to get around a corner that I'm safe
Hmm.
behind.
Mm-hmm. Mm. It's just most likely, right? His
Mm.
rotations. What do you expect him to do? Well, I think maybe he's gonna go this way, like up the stairs. Okay, there's an
Yeah.
option. Maybe he's gonna go all the way here. Well, like he did sometimes as well. Can be an option as well. Okay, you can also go all the way in the bottom, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, is there's a way for you to do more proactive setup so he's not gonna notice you? Yeah, like where you kind of trying to just counter all of these options. Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be some sort of really early play in this map. You cannot give them too much space, in my opinion, because if the Rhine goes in the bottom, then you have again to reposition yourself and play out in the open where the snipers can actually kill you. Yeah, they again know where you are. So it really feels like you have to be sneaky like a tracer In this case. You cannot give up your position. If there is a possibility for you to do that, yeah, you just usually before the fight starts, you kind of should be able to do that. So it's probably not here, right? But once the fight is gonna be over, so we'll see. It's just gonna be, once this is going, yeah, like the fight is over. Yeah, so like now, you gotta set up and find your angle, I think.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gotcha.
Funny angle. I'm just thinking again. Well, the building works. Well, maybe it can work. It's just the problem is your team cannot see you. Maybe, or if you're gonna be starting from here. Maybe it's even just, I don't know, sneak around the corner, just literally hide here, let them pass, and then I don't know, like go up. Yeah, it really feels like really difficult to play. I like the building option actually. Yeah, maybe building option and just boost out and then stand on this wall, kind of boost out on this wall and use your Pharah ultimate once they're gonna be rotating.
Yeah.
Use it on the Rhine probably this way. And you're gonna be dealing with all these options, where when he's gonna go up, should be quite nice. And so our general thought process really feels with your ultimate, find a small proactive spot. Try to not be exposed to snipers, just be exposed to the characters which cannot get you as much. Well, it's especially in Ryan in this case is a good example. You can just use solo brush on them. There's no one else you can use your ult on probably. Okay, what are your options on the second map? So it's here. Yeah, I mean not second map. The third point.
I don't know. I usually just play top left
No,
area sometimes.
top left here.
Wait and see.
Oh, dealt with the cast there. I'm not sure. He's kind of walking, was walking towards
Yeah,
us. Interesting way. The fight is over. So, what's your thoughts here? How can you play it again? Not exposing to snipers. Deal with Ryan probably this way. How should you play?
I just find somewhere to set up a sneaky.
Yeah,
play.
but where exactly? What's the option?
I could play like outside the left or maybe just on the stairs main, like the high ground, the middle.
Stairs, man. Yeah, maybe.
Like right
Yeah.
there, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just like hide around
maybe.
that corner and
They,
wait.
they, might, they might spot it. They might spot it. Well, you can ask for your team to potentially play aggressive in those sidelines, but yeah, you just maybe this is slightly better. Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe let them pass and then do something. Yeah, this is probably one of the best options because this is even better than consistently spamming the damage, in my opinion. Yeah, if you be more patient, you got the barrage, you're being patient. It's better. Yeah, you just again setting up like this tracer engage, the tracer pulse bomb engage, but you got better damage. Just there are really a lot of difficulties. We holding the barrage for a really long time. There's already second Sigma ultimate, right? And we only got the one barrage. Which is okay, like on this line there's okay, but the Sigma ultimate would probably kill him anyway. This is fine. You use your blast to disrupt him. You use the shot. You probably need to predict a little bit more though, if you do it. So see, the way it should be, it's kind of you need to shoot, blast. Well, you kind of missed the shot, but it's okay. Yeah. It's still the intention is mechanically, I think, is good. Shoot, blast, and then you gotta shoot in the direction where he moves, ideally, which you did. Okay, it's just the first shot we didn't hit it, but then you also use your booster. Do you need it? It's just kind of we use all the abilities at once. I'm thinking. I think you shouldn't probably maybe shouldn't use all of this cooldowns at once if possible, because now you threw off his aim just a little with the blast, and after you can actually use your boost and reposition yourself a little bit more, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So and it's interesting how. Hmm.
I think I was using it to dodge the nade,
Yeah,
mostly.
nudge the nade. Yeah, okay, this is reasonable then. Yeah, I'm just thinking, yeah, like how do you win this duel? Because we died there, right? It's just probably you gotta hit. Well, we gotta hit the shots. This one, second, I think might be just the structures here on this map. Probably play around this a little bit more. So if you're committing, yeah, gotta be instantly kind of maybe flying down a little bit more. It's okay for me to not hold the space, and then I can
I
use
think I
the.
probably could have
Hmm.
engaged from higher up instead of like face to face, be more above.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to aim directly up.
Yeah, so it's kind
Instead
of
of like
from here, like
jumping
go
to
up.
the side, just go straight up, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It can be as well because this also this pillar in a way like even this wall it acts in a way like some sort of cover. You not gonna be it's not gonna be as easy for them to aim at you and with the hard shots, right? So it's always good, I think, engage from above. To not be on the same level, the same kind of side where they usually keep their crosshair. Okay. So what do we got so far? We got 1 point. Make it hard for the enemy to kill you. Use horizontal, vertical structures. If high burst, yeah, like then use your primary fire. I mean, right click. Yeah, you gotta use your right click to reposition. And you also want to make it easy for your team to kill the enemy. It's mainly through the book, displacing them in the open. Try to punish cooldowns a little bit more as well. And another thing is definitely find a way to look for more creative ultimate. But this map, there's no other way. Well, you obviously not playing maybe the best character on this map, but it's alright. You still can get a lot of value. Just find the more patient way. Yeah, try to do the sneaky engagements a little bit more. Does it make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
Okay. Okay, let's take a look. We got. We got the attack here as well. Do you want to watch the attack here, or you want to watch the second replay? After you.
No, I think the tag's most of the same. I didn't really do anything too different.
Okay. So we want to watch the Nepal one?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's see. We got. What we got? Yeah, attack is probably the same way. You gotta be playing the same one, Circuit Royale, just keeping an eye on all these positions. Yeah, as we mentioned, I don't think you really there was too much struggle with engagement. It feels it was alright. It just kind of felt uncomfortable at times here because all this distance and the enemies gotta do a lot of bursts. You have to displace the aim a little bit more. Let's take a look. So see when you spam this, or just in general, yeah, when we position on this map, what are those structures you're gonna be using to your advantage?
High ground, the roofs.
High on the roofs, yeah. So it's just at this point, I think, yeah, mainly it's how do you play around this high grounds. You can also think about how do you play around this point as well. Just this roof in the middle. Try to use it to your advantage. Okay, well we got the fight there, we win it. Go up, do early damage there. Sure. Can I stay here a little bit longer? I'm just thinking
Okay,
like
so
what.
I've run out of fuel and cooldowns.
Yeah, you just. What are your options? Well, I'm just thinking when you do all of this, can we can we maybe slide like while we attacking all of this? Right, so you shoot, and because you mentioned let's use horizontal structures a little bit more. What if you don't use your fuel at all? You just kind of slide. You use this as your horizontal cover, so you only minimize you're only exposed to this, and then you fly back in with your fuel. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Mm.
Because why do we have to maintain the height as much? This is my question. Yeah, why
Well, I
do you?
was scared of their echo because echo's scary.
Hmm. Echo is scary,
They
right?
have echo and mercy.
Yeah. Well, if
I'm
the
just
echo
trying to
goes
be.
in you, what's your answer? What you can be doing in this case? Because they have to. It takes time, right? They have to use the shift.
Yeah.
They have to use the bombs, beam, all of that, right? Later, it's probably you have to react to shift. But if they do that, what's your escape?
Just jump out.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's mainly your right click. Just how do we use that? But see, like I just maybe don't like to maybe exactly maybe you exactly use your right click as a just escape. Maybe thinking about it this way, where you position yourself and maybe bait out the attention as well. So I might even be okay with Echo flying towards me if I position in a certain way, like here. Okay, I position pretty aggressively. That's fine. But if they fly towards me, if you trade the shift with just one right click, I think this is decent. You just it's probably you need to keep an eye on how do you manage to stay on the roof. This is what I think. Just try to just try to maybe extend your time you're staying here. It feels. 'Cause I don't have to give up instantly. Maybe stay a little bit longer or south couple bits more of attention. Maybe cooldowns as well. This would be quite nice. I see here, if the echo goes in you, you can instantly kind of throw off the aim. If they go, use the bomb. Okay, big burst. I'll react with right click. This is fine. This is fine to me. So they don't kill you. This is good. Let's see what we do next. Yeah, feels kind of missing out. Probably you need to be doing what? Well, once the fight is over, what you should be doing here?
Mm.
Are we just standing there?
Just doing damage, probably.
Right, I just need to go in and poke, I think, yeah? You need to... You're really close to your ultimate. It's 80%. So, definitely do not waste the time. Just try to set up your proactive play with the ultimate already, yeah? And this is something you can be starting to think about right away, yeah? Because you're on 80%. What I do is my early damage, but then where I'm gonna position, so potential sweat's not gonna kill me, right? And what I'm gonna kill with the ultimate. So look at their comp. What's your thoughts actually? What can you kill and what you gonna be afraid of there?
Mm.
Oh, of course it
I
might
mean, I can
depend.
maybe just
Yep, continue.
solo ult someone who's alone because I'm more scared of the Kiri Suzu.
Yeah. So who is that gonna be? Well, okay. Let's put it this way, yeah, because Suzu in the game, they kind of can maybe disable your ult at any point of time. You can force out that for sure. This is one, but then another thing is who do you decide to ult here out of this composition? Who is better target?
Mm. Maybe just the Alari or Soldier.
Alarius, Soldier. Yeah, yeah. It feels this way probably. Just any because they are more stationary. They're more stationary. I think this is one of the easiest targets for you to ult probably. So they're not gonna run away instantly. You can also maybe ult the hog, but you gotta be aware of the hook. You need to just force it out first. If he did it, then let's try to ult him. Okay. Well, with this information, where should you be positioned to do this play? Well, again, maybe similar thoughts to the same as we mentioned before. Choose this any closer range angle. Be more sneaky about your engagement is also fine. You can kind of take your time, make sure they use something, make sure they not exactly committing those cooldowns on you in the ult form, so you actually survive. I think you could have your ultimate like by now, and then maybe ult someone in the choke, or maybe even use this roof. And when the hog's gonna commit, he's gonna use his hook or something. Especially, we can solo ult him as well, just in case. Now it feels a bit uncomfortable, right? All the space they got, and we got the ultimate, but we could be having it earlier and already setting up the play. Nice kill there. It's just blast and shot together. How much damage the direct does with the blast? Do you know that?
It's 120 plus, I think. Like, I think it's 120 and then like 50 for a direct. So I know it one shots tracer if you hit a
Yeah,
rocket.
yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
plus damage boost, so it's quite a bit.
Yeah, this is what I think.
But like 2 directs and then a concussion, one shots
Mm-hmm.
250 HP hero.
Yeah. Definitely something you can look for sometimes. Just those one-shot kills. Okay, this is fine. Again, we kind of boop this guy towards you, make it easy for you to aim. I think displace his aim a little bit more. That makes sense. Is there an option for your ultimate?
Yeah, probably just right here.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, just gotta be aware of this hook there. So it's once this happens, he's using his breather. He's still. I'm not sure if we know that. Yeah, just like right after this. Yeah, when they saw the hook and the mercy, probably would be better the best time. Mm-hmm. Okay. Going up. Going for lip pressure there. I'm thinking this here. When we are fighting versus this guys, because you playing projectile character overall is just when we trying to aim at really long distance, it's might be a little bit harder for you, right? And we just want to make it easy for you to potentially kill somebody. I'm thinking with your setup, can you be looking for something different than this position? Potentially kind of getting in the better spot on the map to like duel somebody from the enemy team here, or because this feels like really more of a poke style, right? Where you play kind of far, right? But is there a good reason for you to play far now? This is the question. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe.
Because you're pretty comfortable closing the gap on the enemy, right? You're pretty comfortable just,
Yeah.
as we mentioned, I think was on Echo, you can look for closer range engagements a little bit more. When there's a opportunity for you to close the distance with the enemy, when can you do that? So see, like this entire clip, yeah, maybe there's a good time for you to start
I
closing.
think I was just trying to break the lobby turret first.
Hmm. Well, this is okay. Then you just can do it a little bit early. Well, but even this, I don't think it's just the priority, right? Because the priority is how do I get kills, and you need to find the right moment. It feels like we spend a little bit too much in this poke phase, and you see that you kind of close the gap eventually, but your Doomfist is already dead, right? So you didn't do as much pressure. Like we didn't set up to kill potential. There's almost no kill potential in display where we've been. So is there a better time for you to maybe close the distance, look for the kills on something? What's this?
Maybe like right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so say like maybe thinking about whenever the enemies are distracted with something, right? When I think we mentioned that on Echo as well, when your tank is being active somewhere because they're absorbing attention. You can definitely use that to fly in from one position to another. Yeah, so if I'm here, it's okay for you to use the cooldowns and just reposition and get closer this way. Yeah, you don't have to always kind of keep your abilities for only trying to kill somebody. You kind of displace them, but also definitely use them as a rotation tool. You can think about, I always like to say those, you can think about 3 steps. Okay, I usually want to take the position, I want to stay somewhere, and then I want to make sure I'm in the control position, and then I can use the position to my advantage, okay? And for you, as a Pharah, what is the best position to take is where you have a little bit shorter sightline. It's kind of mid-range sightline in a way, and then later you can close the gap on the enemy, yeah? This is one of the best for you to take. And usually it's okay if you using your cooldowns in a way to like get on the angle and then get the cooldowns back and then use them to like try to kill somebody on the enemy team. So I can just maybe go, let's say from here. Yeah, use your right click, or maybe use your blast as well to kind of displace you a little bit more. Use a blast, and then I can get towards this space, and then because you get it back eventually, you can look for some kills as well. Just use your tank as a distraction. They allow you to walk forward, it seems. Could you be using this early? Well, not sure. Yeah, I don't think you have as much time to use anything early, so probably, yeah. This is one of the best times for you to start doing something. Whenever they're absorbing attention, especially, you can go, I think. You don't have to hesitate. It's kind of... A lot of people kind of sit in a choke sometimes. They sit in a choke, but there are a lot of opportunities for them to walk forward. Even though it might be not the best engage from your Doomfist, that I still think there might be some opportunities for you. You need to use that, yeah, as an option. Maybe I can get a kill on this guy, maybe it's soldier, something. Maybe any questions on that, or?
No, that makes sense.
You can see, this is much better. You kind of get from one position to another, close the gap real quick, look for shorter range engagement, and this is also sneaky type of engagement because you got the Pharah ultimate. This is nice, and this is a good target for you to ult as well, like I mentioned. Yeah, why not? You also playing around the hook there, so really nice. And Mercy is just an additional help for you. Of course, they maybe sometimes they can even give up the position because they stay with you. Maybe there's more attention goes towards you, but it's fine. Yeah, as long as you understand, I have the Mercy. I can play more aggressively and kind of just look for more frequent peek outs. Yeah, with this let's say you utilize horizontal structures or vertical structures, you can always pick out left, right, and it's more frequent because the mercy is there. It's just more comfortable, basically. And those are the aggressive types of play. Those are also easier to do. See here. What was the mistake? We talked about that. How you play around big burst here. What you should be doing right away when the hog knows you here.
Going somewhere else.
Yeah, just go somewhere else. Probably even just stepping out of the point, going up. This is what you could be doing, because this is really risky. Now you play versus the hog. Would they swap into tracer? Now if the hog gets a pick on you and the tracer comes in, denies the res maybe, then you guys lose this fight right there. So really risky. Yeah? Don't stay the same position. If Big Burst knows you are where you are, change the angle. Go somewhere else. Okay. All right. What have you got here? Well, probably same kind of idea, so you gotta be aware of this. A Cassidy, hook. Using horizontal structures to your advantage. Hey, even the way you sit here, I like it. So see, you again, you probably don't want to be standing still there. just in case, yeah, because there's a slight chance. The Cassidy might look at you, yeah, maybe you don't know the Cassidy, let's say, for some reason he is there, this position A, or on the bottom here with the hog, right? If you stand still, make it easy for him to aim. Don't do that. Like, do more frequent peek shooting, yeah? If I shoot this guy, let me just shoot, peek out, shoot, peek out, just for the sake of safety, you know? So you constantly minimize your hitbox. This is a good habit, I think. You still kind of do it here, yeah, but just, you know, little bit more. Well, this is interesting. You kind of.
I thought he was going under. That's what I heard.
Oh, you saw these. Okay, you saw these under.
So I got confused. Otherwise, I think I probably would have won that. Cause
What?
I got hinder. That's why.
What's your sound settings?
I don't know.
Let me see. Can you look at the options, sound, and you go on a. Let me see. Yeah, it should be here. I think special audio. What's your setting in here?
This is system
System
settings. Yeah.
Do you have Dolby Atmos?
Yeah, I have it.
Because this is, try to experiment with this, but this is what I noticed just personally. If I have this on, I can kind of understand the where the enemies are a little bit more. There's a problem, and I notice it with the games like PUBG, for example, where they have the system sounds, and then I don't know where the steps are in terms of verticality. I cannot say the exact level of the steps because the Dolby sound is not on. But once it's on, it feels like it gives you more understanding on what the level the footsteps are. So like, I could definitely hear he's on the second floor right there, right? But it's just on the system settings, it's maybe it's not as clear. Maybe try to see maybe if Dolby sound works a little bit better, because this can help you out quite a lot, I think, as well when you do the sneaky type of engagements too. Yeah, this kind of got you killed there though as well. Yeah, if you do this first rocket on the footsteps, and it's you're predicting, not just predicting, you hearing the sound. I think it's really nice. Oh, good shot there. Nice. Okay, I like this. I like this. So this is much better. The way you close the gap here, And see, again, your tank is actually being active there, so it kind of makes sense. It makes sense why we're going on aggressive, because he's gonna at least absorb some of the attention. When he does this, basically, we kind of do it together. Yeah, you guys do it together here. He goes in, and then you go in. But just being aware of this, it gives you instant understanding of should be more aggressive or not. Really, really nice. Okay. Early pressure there. And then going down, you have your ultimate. Okay. Where are you gonna position at this point? What's your thoughts? Where you
Probably
can
on the
be?
roof mains. I'm pretty sure that's what I do. I think.
Let's see.
I'm not 100% sure, but oh,
But
never
you,
mind.
you see why you die there, right? It's just I don't think you have to do any spam damage at this point. Like this is what it feels like. We have the ultimate. We really don't. You don't have to give the enemies an idea of where you are. Because at the highest tower, they're also gonna track this, right? They're gonna know that you have the barrage, so they will try to kill you first. Maybe they will try to focus you a little bit more. Maybe even save some abilities for you. Yeah, if I would be that hog on the enemy team, I probably want to save the hook for you, just in case, right? So this is something you want to be doing probably. Again, sneaky, probably sneaky type. Big burst, you need to look for sneaky engagements, I think. So for sneaky engagements, well, what are your options? Maybe do the same as your Doomfist doing here.
Yeah.
Maybe hide in the corner. The enemy is gonna commit to the choke, and we're gonna fly up and use this roof. Just try to do quite a lot of damage in this choke there. Probably again, search for opportunities, see who's using their abilities. Maybe Hawk commits the hook, I can go in. Maybe it's Cassidy. That's okay. Oh, interesting high noon there too. Okay, we got it. Won it. Yeah, now you can do early damage. You should. Yeah, I think it's good if you can kind of fly up. Yeah, try to do something. Hmm. This is something. Hmm. So remember how we mentioned with your boop you can punish enemy cooldowns, enemy mobility. So what is the way for you to do it here versus the Ash? Because I think if your intention is to boop her out of the cover towards the open, she can answer with that with her cooldown, right? So she can still get to cover potentially if this is good Ash, if they kind of react to your blast, right? So what is your way to outplay this? What it can be doing?
I think booping her to the right.
Well, you boop her to the right, she boops her back again. This is what I think. Like, can we do it in a different way? Like, can you make them use cooldown first? Let's put it this way. I don't know.
I just wait for their ability and then use it.
It just feels kind of tough, right? Because you cannot exactly stand in the same place as well, right? Because what we're doing is the blast, you throw off her aim, which makes sense, right? But I think your first intention, try to play around the cover a little bit more when you try to duel them, yes? So it's just your fuel cover, again, use the horizontal structure so you're not that exposed, yep? You making it harder for them to kill you, you just play around the cover, peek left, yeah, then go up, peek right side, and then they're gonna use the shift, and then you punish them. Maybe something like that, yeah? It's at least, yeah, still use the cover, and if you can look for the good blast, if you know it's gonna be finishing the enemy after, yeah, if you can finish that with a shot after, then you can do it whenever, sure, I take it, yeah, whenever you do the blast and you know get a kill, sure, this is a good blast. But first of all, play around the cover, it feels. Yeah, like structures. We live it out in the open there, and then eventually she actually gets in a safe place as well. Because it's double boop. Ended up with double boop. She used the shift for some reason in the same direction, and you also you also use the boop with her. It's not the best there. Yeah, we getting rest. There's a little bit a bit unfortunate there because of the they tried to go chase you there. I think with the shift they saw you, which is a little bit unexpected probably, but that's alright. This happens. Yeah, I don't think you can do much. Close to your ultimate though. So let's see. Going all the way left. Closing the gap there. A little bit uncomfortable. A little bit uncomfortable. There's just a lot of attention. I'm just. And maybe wait for your Doomfist to commit a little bit more before doing this. So you're gonna have more comfort in engaging looking for your ultimate. Let's see. Just once you maybe recognize. It's probably once they Doomfist do this. Let's see. I probably have to do this and then you rotate. Yeah, it's slam or right click. If you're in a position or maybe even them using the block. Yeah, there's something when they absorb the attention. It just really feels like they're not in yet. So it might be punished a little bit more. It feels a little bit uncomfortable for you to exist here. It's all right in a way. It turned out okay. They didn't push you. Okay. Okay. Any thoughts on the ultimate there? Like setting up the ultimate?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the ult was fine. I was just too out in the open, maybe.
Out in the open.
Or
Yeah, well, maybe, yeah.
I could have just
What
positioned a little lower.
Yeah, what if we also, with this being said, with the positioning, what if you think about more sneaky engagements in a way too? Well, not exactly like too sneaky, right? They still can apply pressure, but what if you, instead of using the cooldown here, because why you use it? You see it, yeah? You use it because there's a lot of attention on you. Well, first, how we can use that is through the cover. Because you use structures on the map a little bit more. So here, maybe I would position maybe somewhere this way. Yeah, if I wanna use this horizontal structure, maybe a little bit of verticality, this elephant here, and maybe this corner as well. But also use the Doomfist, really. Yeah, use your Doomfist as a tension bait. Because now, if you have your cooldown, if you have your blast, that might help you to set up better engage on with your ultimate. And this is when, yeah, like this is when you can maybe probably again reposition and set it up. I don't know, like go to the corner, go somewhere, look for the quick, just quick engagement with anybody. Basically, I think, especially if you know the hog, just use his ability. He used the hook. This is something you gotta track there probably. Feels a little bit long time. Yeah, like feels like we missed the opportunity. Because now you have to wait, you use a couple of your cooldowns, you use your boost up, and then they're already really far. Once you get here, the ultimate is okay, in a way, yeah, there's no other option. But yeah, it definitely feels like out in the open, too. There's just too many things can focus you. There's angle behind us, there's also potential to maybe go to the right, so yeah, at least we gotta go down a little bit, use the horizontal structure, this wall. Okay.
Making another approach.
Well, we can maybe look at just more fights. I'm thinking, maybe let's look at your ultimate one more time. Just see what do you do on this map. It's quite interesting. A lot of touch space you have. So here, you're really close to your ult. Okay. Yeah, what are your options at this point? Again, same thing, yeah? We got some big bursts which can disrupt you, probably Hansa Hog. Those guys can disrupt you. Well, Kiri can also, obviously, Suzu, but still, yeah. Just talking about the damage, first of all, I guess. So how do you set up? How do you set up your
Just be
ultimate?
sneaky a little
Still,
bit,
still feels like an option, right?
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
What do you
you could
set up
set
for?
up
Yeah,
like
sorry.
really high above them on this mount. Like drop
Mm,
down.
high buff where?
Like right, not in the choke, but like as they're coming out. Like
Yeah.
right up there.
Yeah, yeah, possibility. So again, using this wall, this is gonna be my horizontal piece of cover I play. Sure. Mm, there's an interesting idea. Even you can play in this bookshelf, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm not sure if you want to look for this type here. Well, you actually could. I think your composition feels more aggressive in terms of you need to close the gap on the enemy eventually. The enemy is winning poke war, so why not to look for early engagements as well? It feels like can definitely set up on the bookshelf. Here, this is again the same type of setup. It's just probably better to hold around the left side because there are more options. What you're gonna be doing with this space on the bridge. So yeah, I think again sneaky is the option. A big burst, probably sneaking around. If there's no big burst, I think you feel more comfortable with the barrage, 100%. You're gonna feel more comfortable. But it's always the thing is, it's always with this ultimate, it's like Reaper ult or what's good thing as well. Yeah, I think Reaper ultimate is a good example. It's too easy to disrupt because it's standing still. You're really easy to hit. You do a lot of damage. You have to be more sneaky. I think you don't have to give up your
Yeah.
position. Yeah, even this, yeah, when you when you go around the map just like that. Yeah, even this type can work. You just see now is the problem. Now it's too late. Yeah, this guy's already got some decent space. They done quite a lot of poke towards your team, and there are lower chances for you to do something with that ult. Okay, yeah. I'm thinking we can just summarize. We can summarize and yeah, if you got any questions, you can ask those. So what we got so
Mhm.
far? Yeah, what kind of points we have here? Let's see. Yeah, you tell me what you learned.
I think the biggest one is probably just ult usage because I guess I haven't put too much effort into it. Put a lot more thought behind everything except the ult, to be honest. If sometimes because I haven't practiced it as much, I tend to just not use it because if you don't use it like 100% well, you're just gonna die. It's very counterable. And then also probably staying a little closer to cover
Mhm.
and using the shift or not the shift, the dash to take a different angle whenever I need to.
Okay. So for ultimate, it's gonna be also thinking about more sneaky engagements type of stuff, right? Just especially if they got a big burst too. Yeah, so maybe there's a Widowmaker, maybe there's a Hog hook as well. Keep an eye on that. Positionally. we have two things. Make it hard for the enemy to kill you. Okay, this is one. Yeah, how do you do that? Make it hard for the enemy to kill you. What did we just mention? How do you use cover exactly? What kind of structures? All of that.
Using the vertical and horizontal cover
Mm-hmm.
and
For this, I'm actually gonna say remove space between enemy and cover when you're doing that. So what I mean is like between cover which you're using. Yeah, this is really important because you still want to maybe try to position in a way where the enemies are still out in the open a little bit more. They're a little bit more exposed. Yeah, just as again, really good example with any maps with verticality. So I'm here, for example. No, actually, let's move this village. Village is always better. Yeah, okay. So for example here, I can potentially use this bridge as my piece of cover. Yeah, I can be really close in a way that I'm removing all the space between maybe somebody in a choke and this. But at the same time, you can think about positioning yourself in a way where the enemy is going to be more exposed. As we mentioned, you use your boop, try to boop them out of the cover, and this is just the cover they're using. Yeah, we're trying to make it hard for them to use their own cover. Okay. So horizontal, vertical structures. What about your right click? Yeah, your boost, vertical. Well, how do you call it? Like horizontal boost. How do you use that?
to get new angles or close the distance or rotate.
Yeah. So let's do it this way, yeah? When need to switch the angle. Okay. This is one. And it's usually when you play against big burst. Again, Widowmaker, Ash, when there's a lot of burst, just change an angle. That's completely fine. For rotation, okay, can rotate as well. It's possible, yeah. I think just keep an eye on your tank a little bit more. Keep an eye on if your Doomfist, for example, in this game, he's active, he's doing something, you can use him as a rotation bait, yeah? If somebody is being active, they're absorbing a lot of tension. Okay, so once tank is in. What about your boop usage? What do you do with that? Just, I mean, your blast.
Maybe think about more where I'm placing it and using it after they use their cooldowns instead of if I can.
Yeah, yeah.
Use it specifically to counter what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. So if enemy use CDs, use your CD this way, yeah. It can be Winston, well, even Winston jumps. It can be something like Ryan Pin. It can be even Ash shift, yeah. We don't want to be using your ability right away. It's always better to kind of think about it. Just win the war with cheaper resources first. Just try to shoot them, they use something, and then you react with your own cooldown. So always better strategy if possible. Unless there's really you understand you can get a lot of value with the blaster, like we mentioned, maybe getting a kill. This is big value. I can use the blast at any point of time in this case. Obviously, I don't have to wait as much and play lone war. Maybe you got the big advantage again. Maybe you can just hold on it as well. Okay, so displace an enemy in the open. I'm gonna say with aiming. Yeah, when you're displacing the enemy, try to think about not exactly the enemies when you're trying to do correct placement with your blast, but try to think about the wall exactly, which you aim towards. Yeah, so to speak, if maybe somebody's close to this wall, Okay, I'm not thinking about this character exactly. I'm thinking about the piece of structure I'm gonna be landing my blast towards, so I'll boop him in the correct way. Yeah, I think this is what your attention should be on first. It's what I coach a lot on the Annas specifically. A lot of Anna players, they trying to aim their nade towards somebody directly. They try to just hit them. Just point their crosshair towards the enemy. This is not ideal. Yeah, you want to be thinking about the piece of structure, the nearest piece of structure, which allows you to get your effect, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is great. Yeah, is there anything else?
Mm. Yeah, how do you play against tanks that, I guess more specifically Diva? Because, like, for example, if I was doing really well this game,
Mhm.
then they all would have swapped to make it more difficult. It's like half the games that I'm doing well.
Yeah, I see. Mhm.
They just do whatever they can to stop me from doing that. And then if I try to do what I was doing before I die,
Mhm.
then
Yeah, might be an interesting matchup to look at as well. Well, I would say this in general. It's just again kind of resource war in this case because they have their burst, their booster. I mean,
yeah.
you can potentially think about how do you displace yourself to just avoid their big burst. They're probably gonna be flying in with the shotgun and rockets, so it's maybe a lot about how you use your horizontal mobility, like your right click when they fly in. If you fly towards another angle, kind of get out of their line of sight, I think you're good. And you win the cooldown war as well. You trade your right click for their potential booster and rockets, yeah, which is quite nice. I think this is really really good. So you need to find a way, like find those positions where it's easy for you to like just yeah to get behind some
Yeah.
sort of cover, yeah, even using roofs, maybe some sort of corner, the high ground you play around, you can just kind of boost yourself towards the corner, nearest corner, and stay alive. I think mostly it's about that. Can also be about, you can also use your verticality obviously a little bit more, but yeah, I think it's mostly this yeah, making them use something and then react. Mm, you can see though, whenever you have the problems, maybe whenever you're gonna have the problem versus the diva, you can just send me timestamp and the question. I can answer. Yeah, what you could be doing there versus them. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.